stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. Ron Hoon here. And in just a couple of minutes, we invite you to stick with us on YouTube around the world and on the Fox local app and on Channel 45. Governor Katie Hobbs is our guest, and we hope to answer a lot of your questions. So stick with us. And if you've got some questions, drop them in YouTube right now. It's 10 o'clock, and this is Fox 10 Talks. Good morning, everybody. Governor Katie. I'm not even sure why I'm showing that image because we actually have the governor right
But here she is in real form.
Yeah. So thanks for starting your 10 o'clock hour here. A lot of folks watch the news on Fox 10. They come right over here on Channel 45 every day from 10 till noon. Des, we invited the governor to come back after her first visit. We were just kind of comparing notes. I think it was about a month or so ago. So time for us, especially with the new year approaching, for us to get a chance to talk about the Gov and talk with her about some of her priorities.
Yes, and I loved having you on the last time and being able to watch that interview. And I learned something new about you, and I certainly hope folks watching did as well. I didn't know that you had an identical twin sister.
I do, and she lives in the Valley and gets recognized as me often. So
that is so funny. So I'm a twin mom, so I kind of I love that we had that little bit of a connection there. So bless your parents.
Yes.
But let's start with a big headline from our newscast today, and that's the news that you are erasing medical debt for more than 140,000 more Arizonans.
Yes.
And you set a big goal last year. Remind folks what that overall goal is, and does this keep us on pace to reaching that goal?
Yes, absolutely. So we announced this initiative last year. It's a partnership with a national nonprofit called Undo Medical Debt, and the goal is to cancel $2 billion of medical debt for up to 1 million Arizonans. We are close to the halfway mark of the number of Arizonans who have benefited from this program, and have canceled over $600,000. Right? Yeah, $640,000. Yes. Okay. So over 500,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do people qualify for it? Let me look here. I think you guys provided us a graphic that this is the letter that they're going to be getting, but how will they know whether they qualify or not? What's the criteria?
So there's no application process. This nonprofit, Undo Medical Debt, works with the hospitals to identify accounts that are eligible, and it's folks who are 400% or below the federal poverty level and whose medical debt totals 5% or more of their annual income. And if people are eligible and their debt has been canceled, they will get a letter in the mail, just the graphic that's up on the screen, with that undue medical debt in the corner. It kind of looks like a bill, but don't ignore it because there's really good news inside.
And I was just going to say, I'm glad we have the image of that because we don't want folks tossing this out thinking that it's junk mail because it's certainly not.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right. So we asked people ahead of time, hey, what kind of questions would you like to have asked of the governor? And this is one from one of our viewers that was right down the line of what I was thinking about asking you too, which is something entirely new for the state of Arizona. A lieutenant governor is coming to our state. So the question is, who are you thinking of naming as your lieutenant governor? I guess we could also add, what would be your criteria? And then my follow-up would be, are you required to choose someone from your same party, or could you, as the phrase goes, triangulate, pick a popular Republican and have a ticket that kind of maybe, reaches out to both sides?
Well, right now I'm focused on the upcoming legislative session and the work we need to get done there. So it's a little early to name names in terms of lieutenant governor, but I'm really focused on someone who shares my priorities of delivering for Arizonans, working across the aisle to do that, and will work with me to tackle some of our state's toughest challenges.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that then specifically. The State of the State address is always a big day here in the state of Arizona. Without giving away the whole speech, what are 3 or 4 of the most important things to you as we get into 2026?
Well, I think that we have made a lot of progress on some of the biggest issues that Arizonans are facing: border security, our water future, continuing to create good paying jobs, and lowering costs. And I think lowering costs right now is something I hear top of mind for Arizonans. And we're going to look for more bipartisan ways to do that. So you hear a lot of that in the address. Earlier this month, I announced my middle class tax cut plan. So hoping to get to work right away with the legislature to deliver that for Arizonans so that they get that relief when they're filing their taxes for 2025.
And kind of on that note as well, cost, right, is top of mind. It's tough for families, not even just here in Arizona, just across the country in general. You're a mom. I mean, we know the story that you share of the time that you worked for Uber just to make Christmas happen for your family. And families, just told you, I'm a mom of 4 little ones. And I feel that the biggest burden to families is also the cost of childcare.
Yes.
And you've made some initiatives to kind of tackle that issue, $1 million to reduce childcare licensing fees.
Yep.
Can you talk about that and maybe if you're doing anything else in the new year?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a pretty comprehensive childcare plan that we rolled out last year. We were able to secure a big investment in last year's budget that helps to reduce the childcare assistance wait list. We need to do more. We're working with the business community because they understand that it's not just an affordability issue for families, but it's a workforce issue that, really causes a lot of disruptions for productivity when families are dealing with childcare issues. And sometimes it's for someone to afford, because the cost is so high, they would rather just stay home than work, and that's a problem for employers. And so so we have to make it more accessible and affordable. And so we're looking to do more investments in that childcare assistance. The $1 million you mentioned for licensing fees helps to reduce the burden on those small businesses that are providing childcare. So again, it's they have more accessibility for families.
I'm looking at some of the comments. We appreciate you guys jumping into YouTube. I know we got a lot of people watching with a lot of questions. Anastasia Eleanor is saying, what about the $330 million? Now, this goes back, I think, to last year's budgeting process. What happened there? Where did that money go or not appear from? And what's your plan to kind of resolve it as we go into this next year?
I am really not exactly sure what that is referring to. There was a caseload miscalculation when we presented our budget last year. That was corrected in the process, and we passed a bipartisan balanced budget where everything is accounted for.
Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Yeah, we have another. Wow. Okay, so everyone is pretty active in the chat this morning. We'll take another chat question from Gal in Arizona. She says, Governor Hobbs, why am I seeing so many multifamily dwellings being constructed? I would think that this would stress the water supply.
Actually, housing is a much lower use of water than agriculture. Agriculture is the biggest use in Arizona by far. So housing, especially multi-housing, puts less stress on the water supply. And for those units to be built, they have to go through local permitting processes, and local jurisdictions in our management areas they have to have approval for meeting that assured water supply requirements.
Let me jump in and ask another question. This is one of my favorite commentators, especially because we love her online name, Be Kind Forever.
Great. Love that.
And she starts with a compliment.
Yes.
She says, thank you for what you're doing with the medical. What are we doing for education since we're last in the union? I don't think we're dead last. But I know there have been some studies that say we could certainly be higher.
We have room to grow for sure.
Yeah.
So there's two things that I'm really focused on this year. And one of them is reining in the out of control ESA program, which was expanded to universal access back in 2022 with zero guardrails. And so we're continuing to see reporting that shows people are spending these tax dollars on all kinds of crazy things, bounce houses, trips to Disneyland, ski passes, not things that necessarily can directly relate to education. And it has become $1 billion boondoggle. And every year I've proposed reforms. It seems like common sense. This is really an entitlement program. We don't have any other entitlement programs without any guardrails. And we should be working to safeguard taxpayer dollars in this manner. So you'll see some reforms proposed again on ESAs. And then the other piece is renewing Prop 123, which voters passed in 2015. And it expands the distribution of the state trust land to cover some costs in our K-12 system. That expired this year, and I'm looking forward to getting a package back to the voters that will increase teacher pay and provide much needed infusion of cash to make our schools great.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, do you get firsthand kind of from your sister an account of what teachers are up against? It's kind of a good resource to have. What are some of those issues that she feels and that you hear from teachers statewide as well, the biggest issues they're facing?
Yeah, I actually have two sisters that are teachers. And one of the first things I did as governor was initiate the Educator Retention Task Force. And we tapped current educators, former educators, educational support staff to really dig deep into what are some of the issues with keeping quality teachers in our schools. And we heard pay is one thing, but it is not the only thing. A lot of government mandates requiring them to jump through hoops that take them away from focusing on their classrooms. So there's a lot of things we could be doing, and we're looking at how we can implement some of those things given the budgetary constraints that we have.
How about All Ears with Mrs. Jacqueline? Great name. Why are there so many data centers being built and proposed in a desert state that requires a lot of water for cooling?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And, you know, a while back, Arizona passed, the legislature passed a package to really incentivize data centers. And we're now the top 2 market in the world for data centers. So, you know, I think we need to look at being really strategic about our approach there. If we want the high-tech future that everybody is, you know, looking for, data centers are a necessary thing. And so we have to look at how we're balancing water and also, importantly, energy. As these big load users of energy come on board, we have to make sure that we're keeping energy costs affordable for Arizonans across the board. That's something we talk to with our utilities all the time to make sure that we're able to keep up with the demand. And I recently launched an energy task force, and part of that the purpose of that was to look at the data center issue and see how we can make sure that we're taking a really balanced approach, so that we continue to be able to meet the energy needs of all Arizonans and keep it affordable.
Okay. And on December 10th, you also announced, I believe I noticed on Instagram, that we are getting one of the first AI companies to be headquartered here in Arizona. Can you just share a little more on that project, what that company is and what that means for Arizonans?
Yeah, well, I'm really focused on how we can continue to harness the investments of companies wanting to be in Arizona, because that creates more jobs for Arizonans, jobs in the economy of the future, high-tech manufacturing, AI, electric vehicle manufacturing, all these opportunities that are good for Arizonans. And we really are kind of the on the cutting edge of the economy of the future, and laser focus on how we can make sure Arizonans are benefiting from those opportunities. And so we're seeing just a lot of interest from all of these companies, AI included, semiconductor manufacturing, the supply chain along that supply all of those companies. And I think it's great for Arizona. We are working to make sure that we're, again, back to that balancing act of the energy needs, the water needs, and making sure that we can have these companies here and that they're going to stay here.
Let me ask you a question about something I hear a lot about when it comes to traffic living out in the East Valley. I know you're aware of this,
Yes.
but in that East Mesa, Queen Creek area, people are really fed up. You have 2 lanes coming north from Queen Creek up Ellsworth. You have 3 lanes coming west on Ray Road, and then you have the 2 lanes of the 24. It all squeezes down to 1 lane for people trying to get from the 24 onto the 202. What can be done about that?
So I know that the 24 is part of our transportation. It's on the agenda. We are focused on the infrastructure there because of big investments like LG. They're building a big factory out there. And so it is part of our, in the immediate future, of transportation improvements that are in the overall plan.
Okay. Well, I know for Queen Creek and East Mesa, it couldn't come soon enough.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Right.
Okay. Dave, what was the question you were just chatting about?
Oh, I was going to ask her to reiterate the amount for the healthcare debt.
Yeah.
Okay, $642 million
Yes.
is the total amount. And one last time, people are still having questions. They don't really need to do anything, right?
Right.
They just need to check their mailbox every day.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And they'll get a letter that looks like this. Don't mistake it for a bill. Open it up. It's good news.
So that's kind of incredible. So prior to this, they don't get any other form of communication. They just kind of get this.
They've probably gotten a lot of communication from debt collectors trying to collect their medical debt.
Right. Okay.
Here's a question. Again, this is from earlier as we were encouraging people to reach out. What would you say are your 3 proudest accomplishments during your time as governor?
Well, it's hard to limit it to 3 because...
Now, that's a great way to start
yes,
that, by the way.
I mean, I walked into a lot of challenges and, this medical debt cancellation, $2 billion is really amazing. And I've heard from folks who have benefited from it, really life-changing for them, folks who are just drowning in debt. So I think that's a really big one. I'm really proud of the work we've done on border security. And, that can be really a political football. People go down to the border, they do photo ops, they use it as a political stunt. And I promised when I took office I wasn't going to do that I was going to work with local law enforcement, really listen to the needs. We've invested over $100 million in local border support. We have launched Task Force Safe with National Guard interdicting fentanyl pills. We kept millions of fentanyl pills out of our communities through that operation. We recently, or earlier this year, launched Operation Desert Guardian, which is a statewide multi-jurisdiction effort aimed at going after the cartel activity. And we've had great success with interdicting illegal weapons, illegal drugs, making several arrests. And we're working in partnership with the federal government on that operation. And we're making a real difference in border security through those efforts. And I think also the work that I've done on water right away, reached a historic agreement with the lower basin on the Colorado River to, as we head into what's now a more contentious negotiation about the post-2026 Colorado River management. But also this year passed historic groundwater legislation that allows for the conversion of unused agricultural land into residential. So back to the water housing issue that we talked about earlier, it's allowing us to build much needed housing in fast growing communities like Buckeye, Queen Creek, and we just had the first development certified under that program, 800 plus houses being built in Buckeye, saving millions of gallons of water.
And what is your stance when it comes to advocating for Arizona as it relates to water? Because my understanding is we have taken some cuts previously, more so than other states. So what is that stance that you're really pushing for in the new year?
Yeah, so we've been at the table with the basin states for Colorado River for the better part of this year. And I have signaled that I'm not just signal, but we are fighting for Arizona's fair share of the Colorado River. We have taken a bigger burden of the cuts that have been enforced, and we're willing to take more cuts, but the cuts have to be distributed fairly. And the Colorado River coming into Arizona fuels an agriculture industry that grows 90% of the country's leafy greens in the winter months. It's fueling the future of advanced manufacturing in America right here in Phoenix. It's supplying millions of Arizonans that live in Phoenix, and 22 of the 30 basin tribes that rely on Colorado River are right here in Arizona. And so those are the reasons that we are willing to make some more sacrifices, but we cannot take the brunt of them. And I'm going to continue fighting for our fair share.
Here's a question. Will you commit to debating the Republican nominee for governor? I would imagine the answer to that is yes. You debated you certainly, in the past, at least, there was talk about debates. So that's A. And then B, I've seen a couple of polls recently that put you up double digits over any of the Republican candidates. Do you believe the race is that far apart, or is it closer?
The race is going to be incredibly close. I'm the only Democratic governor in the country right now in a toss-up race. Our electorate is +9 Republican. So we know it's going to be a close race. And I'm not taking anything for granted. I am focused on continuing to deliver for Arizonans, working across the aisle to do that. And I think a lot of the things we've talked about, our water, good education, creating jobs, border security, those are not Democratic or Republican issues. They're Arizona issues. And when it comes to whoever the Republican nominee is, that's a long way off. And I'm right now focused on continuing to govern, and we'll figure out debate strategy when it gets a little closer.
Okay, I know we have to wrap it up. Can we have just like 30 seconds of fun?
Sure.
It is the holiday week.
Sure.
Right?
This is a fun show.
So, all right, I wanted to do just a little speed round. Okay. But we're going to do holiday edition.
All right,
ready? Okay, your favorite Christmas movie?
Elf.
Favorite Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas.
Favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh.
It's a tough one.
I'm not like a cookie person.
Oh, not big on sweets.
No.
Okay, favorite Christmas tradition that you and your family have that you're looking forward to this year?
I really just like to lay low and be very minimal at the holidays. And so just that time kind of with my family is not really a tradition, but just
It's
being
sacred,
together.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
yeah.
that was going to be my question. What's your plan this year? It's going to be pretty low key, just hanging out with your immediate fam.
Well, the
and,
governor doesn't get a day off. So you've earned it.
How many people do you have that go out and buy all those Christmas presents that you don't have time to go buy?
That's what Amazon is for.
There you go.
That's great. Okay, Governor Katie
nice having you
Hobbs.
in.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in and being part of Fox 10 Talks today. And thanks to everybody in the chat for all your questions. Sue,
Really
I think we got more
participatory.
questions answered this time than last time.
They're more interested in her than they are us, Ron.
Yes. Yeah, I know that's for sure.
Thank
All
you.
right, Governor. Thanks very much. Hey, by the way, we were out at the airport yesterday, and you just saw those pictures of how blizzardy it is in Pennsylvania. Here's what people were saying with a sigh of relief when they landed at Sky Harbor Airport.
Frostbite at -40 kind of deal.
Yeah, not very nice. So we're glad to be here.
I just love Arizona.
It's really the weather and being able to celebrate even outside or inside.
You can golf year round. You can go swimming still. It's great.
Yeah.
It
I mean, you're
is.
trading snow for sunshine.
You know,
you're not going to complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scanning our cameras right now. We had that great shot from a little town in Pennsylvania. You could barely even make out the cars in the parking lot. It was snowing so hard. But Des, so I mean, we had this graphic today when we were first on the air, talking about quote record heat. But when it's 76 degrees, sure, that's above normal.
Yeah.
But to me, 76 might be the most perfect temp any time of year.
No, you're right, because I would say 75. So you're just a tick higher.
Right.
So we're in agreement there.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I think it's great. We have all these folks coming into town. I never had a problem once we moved here, which was more than 40 years ago, convincing all of my other family. My sister was in Montana. My folks were up in Washington. Never a problem ever trying to convince people to come here in the month of December.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I get it. I try to keep my parents here. They had to get back to life, but I thought about holding them hostage if I would get in trouble for that or not. But,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a police officer you could ask about that.
You know, I got a set of handcuffs at the house.
All right. The thing about it is they are saying there are going to be all kinds of record levels now when it comes to, what's going on at the airport. So pack your patience. I did see some reports of a number of flights that were getting delayed, and a lot of that honestly has to do with the bad weather in other parts of the country, because our weather here is absolutely perfect. But if you are driving, I think this is the final report as we head into the holiday. I mean, come on, we're 2 days away, right, from Christmas Day itself.
Unbelievable.
We talked about this. Now, look, there's an ARCO station at 289. And I went onto the Gas Buddy app and I saw some ARCOs that were even a little bit below that. So you can now find gas pretty easily under $3 a gallon. $2.85 is the national average, and that's down about 20 cents from where we were last year.
And if you have a gas station near you that you know generally is lower than others, that's great. But Ron, I heavily rely on Sam's Club, that membership to get gas.
Okay.
If someone is able to afford to be able to do the membership, it definitely helps. When we see prices fluctuate, it's always less there.
Have you ever tried to negotiate with the guy behind the counter? Like, I see you're at $2.97. What would you think about $2.57?
No, that's definitely a Ron Hoon thing. I just go up and I go, okay, it's my card.
The light bulb just went off.
I'll try it.
Yeah. Okay,
oh, but I have. Sure. Oh,
what?
You just made me think of asking for a discount. Something that happened when I was out doing a little Christmas shopping for the kids. We can get to it later, but just remind me.
Oh, okay. Well, we got another half hour to go. By the way, I don't know if you get flu shots, Des, but I got mine a couple of days ago.
Okay.
We are lucking out right now in Arizona. We're actually at the low end of the scale. There was a nationwide map that came out this morning, and it showed actually there are two states in the West that are hit hard already. And, family going to travel. A lot of them are going to travel by road. They're going to be cooped up in a car, and then they're going to get with their family. Yeah. Idaho and Colorado are the two hardest hit states. Fortunately I think it was us and Utah and California, the numbers are pretty low, but we still have to stay on our guard.
And we had that report earlier on the newscast from Fox, and New York, as far as the Northeast is concerned, is just seeing astronomical amount of cases coming in. They've seen a near 75% increase in flu cases. So that's just wild.
I actually thought when I went to the local pharmacy and got my flu shot, I thought there would be a big line, but I was the only person there getting a flu shot. Maybe most people got them back in September and October.
But there's also so many different ways to get it too. Your doctor's office, how many Walgreens and facilities like that offer it too. So maybe that's it. Or we get out of work really early, so that probably helps you too.
Really? Is that part of our program here? You can get out of work to go get a flu shot?
Well, like we come in at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Hey,
So by the time you're done with your day,
next year I'm going to try
you
that.
guys in the chat, well, some of them, they're still working. They're working until 5.
So anyway, be careful if you are, going to go see family. Right now, we're in really good shape in Arizona, but you never know.
Yeah,
Right.
wash your hands.
Yeah. And go ahead and get that flu shot. I do it every year, and I'm so glad I do because I have other people in my family seem to come down every year with the flu. Where do you suppose, Des, this mystery cam is? Look at that. Trying to look at that gas station.
Good question for all of our folks in the chat. Where is it?
Give us your guesses, everybody. That was great. We had Governor Hobbs on, and we had a lot of great questions from you guys, so that was terrific. 2-minute break. Start noodling this one around. Where is the mystery cam? We'll be right back with more of FTT.
Back.
You know, we do have regular players on the mystery cam, and usually we do it at a quarter after, but you might have noticed we blew off the commercial break. I don't know if that's coming out of our paychecks, Des, but anyway, we went a half hour without commercials there. And so here we are at 10:30, finally a chance for you. And oh, by the way, Dave is coming up on the Dave cam in a couple of minutes for those of you who
So gloomy there.
who miss seeing Dave. Yeah, so it's a mall, right? It's like a big shopping mall. It is gloomy, that's for sure. I'm trying to think of where it's been kind of foggy lately. There have been many places around the country. I don't know. I guess I'm going to go.
See a few guesses in the chat.
I can't go Pennsylvania because it's all snowy in Pennsylvania.
Well, Linda is thinking it might be Virginia. What do you think of that?
Okay. I love to go with Linda's guesses. Thomas, by the way, is saying it looks like Burbank, California.
Okay.
All right. You got a guess?
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, Linda posted on Instagram today her family photo for Christmas. I follow her. It's so great.
Oh.
Hey, happiest holidays. Merry Christmas, Linda, to you and everybody in your family. And also to everybody else, from Lisa to Brandy to Thomas and Jared. We really appreciate you guys. What do you got, Des?
Oh, I don't know. Is this Missouri?
Okay.
That's my guess.
Oh, that's a good guess. All right, here she is.
What are you
everybody,
thinking?
with the,
I'm not confident.
I'm going Virginia with Linda. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here's the reveal. It is, it's the King of Prussia?
It is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Darn it. Okay, so I looked at it and I thought, well, we've been seeing snow all across
And
PA.
I was just thinking, right, is there really no snow on the ground in Pennsylvania? I didn't think that
Okay,
it
so
would be that at all.
that's more in the
Interesting.
Philadelphia area. So I guess as you get closer to the Atlantic, it's not as snowy as we've seen up in the mountains around there, that's for sure. All right, thank you for your guesses. I did want to just mention that we have reached out to the big campaigns that are out there. You have Andy Biggs. We have not heard any kind of a commitment date from Andy Biggs' campaign yet. We have also reached out to Karen Taylor Robeson's people. We don't have a commitment from her for her to come in. So for those of you who are watching thinking, okay, well, you've had the governor on and we're heading into an election year. We're trying. We're really trying. And we did have David Schweikert on just a few weeks ago. So for those of you who are interested, maybe one of those names I've just mentioned is one of the people that you favor. We're trying, and we hope we get a yes from them as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a new announcement today. It just came out yesterday that the government is going to up the amount that they're going to pay people to self-deport. They already, if they knew they got into the country illegally and they're concerned that, oh, maybe at some point here I could be subject to deportation, get a free flight and get not $1,000, but get $3,000 plus that free plane ticket home. Mm-hmm. Here is more on what was being said about this as the news came out yesterday in Washington.
People are to be respected and treated with dignity, whether they are documented or undocumented, whether they are here legally or illegally.
And so that was just one comment. Here's Kristi Noem. She said this Christmas season, the taxpayer is generously tripling the incentive for illegal aliens to leave voluntarily through the end of this year. Take advantage of this and self-deport. So that's, where things stand on this issue right now. And what we did is put a poll question together in that regard. And let's see how it's looking, Des. 83%, these numbers have really moved around in the last little while, say this is a good move. Millions came in illegally under Joe Biden. So 83% say it's a good move. 3% say, look, it's certainly better than arresting and deporting people. And 14% say it's already time to stop the deportations altogether. The QR code is there on your screen. And that's an opportunity for you to give us your opinion. Mm-hmm. And you can do it on YouTube, too.
And the percentages here, the votes are always so different when we pull up our YouTube poll. You're really testing my eyesight today.
Yeah, me too.
Is that
I think
900 or so votes? Oh,
okay, hold
this
on. Here's
LASIK
Dave.
proven
Right,
to be pretty,
go for it, Dave.
pretty good.
Hello,
You
friends.
want to read the results there?
It is 37% say good move. Millions came in illegally under Joe Biden. 24% say it's certainly better than arresting and deporting people. And 39%, certainly the lead right now, it's time to stop the deportations altogether. And then if you'd like, I can read some comments.
Sure, go for it.
Super. Yeah, we've had a lot of interest in this topic, as always. Aaron Hansen, 2110, suggests give American citizens the $3K. That is already our money. Families can't afford mortgages, rent, food, health care, Christmas gifts, car insurance, etc. White on White Crime News says they should not be getting any money to leave. Their assets should be seized and sold, or they should be jailed if they don't leave voluntarily. Scott 4482 says they need to understand there is nothing for them. No social benefits, no jobs, no housing, no reason to stay in this country. And finally, Jorge Carrasco 5293 says instead of focusing on deporting people, why not work with the Latin American countries as partners and stop intervention in their government system. Let them grow economically so their people don't have to immigrate, and instead of overflowing their country with weapons, help them get strong education systems. Really interesting comments all around here. Keep them up, guys.
Okay. Thank you very much, Big D. All right, so we have a special guest here. First time to the microphone on Fox 10 Talks. It's John Torgerson. Des, I have to just say one thing. We get these pitches in. They're emailed to us by the dozens every day for people who want to come on our show.
Dozens by the second, almost.
Yeah, just about. But I really thought this was interesting because John, as an attorney here in town, is going to be able to talk about, according to the pitch that you gave us, is how when people get arrested for DUI, they don't think about the long-term consequences, both to them, to their finances, to their job prospects, to their family. They just think maybe I can go out for a night of drinking and I won't get caught. What has your experience shown?
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. And, as a personal injury law firm in downtown Phoenix, we see these long-term effects all the time, both on the person who has the DUI, in addition to victims of the DUI driver who sometimes get catastrophically injured or hurt when this happens. And so you got to think about job prospects, your license getting revoked, things like that, and then also this impact on your family just by making this choice that is very selfish. And there's so many options nowadays with regard to not having to drink and drive that it's kind of silly to even get to that stage. But it does happen, and you got to realize that this is going to be a lifetime thing that's going to follow you around forever.
Okay, so you're kind of walking us through what happens when someone is stopped for DUI. What should they do? What shouldn't they do or say?
Yes. I mean, I think that the Constitution is very important, as we all know. And so you have constitutional right to remain silent. But also, if you have not been drinking, why not just, cooperate with the police officer? And again, my expertise is more in the personal injury side, not the criminal side. So I'm looking at like the human impacts of this decision. I've seen the worst of the worst from people choosing to drink and drive, not get a rideshare service, not get even an old school taxi, Waymos now, anything you can do. You know what I mean? I think planning ahead is so important with regard, if you're going to go have fun, this is the holiday season, that's going to happen. The problem is, my caseload skyrockets during this time from impaired drivers. And what I would like to see is that to go down to zero, truly. I don't want people out there devastating lives just by making this choice that is so easily avoidable.
So what actually happens in a DUI traffic stop? Maybe you, I'm sure, through the course of your years of experience dealing with clients, have a pretty good answer to that. And what happens if you choose not to do a breathalyzer?
Yes, I believe if you choose not to do a breathalyzer, you choose not to comply with what the police officers are asking you to do, I mean, you have the risk of getting your license suspended for a year. Even if it comes back accurate, I believe, or within the limits. And so again, if you've been drinking and you get stopped, the best thing to do is probably to make sure that your constitutional rights are protected, because, again, that is some effect on your family for the future. But, again, my expertise is on the personal injury side, on the victim side. So that would be like a criminal prosecution as opposed to a civil prosecution is the thing that I focus on.
Okay, so walk me through, one of your most memorable cases then, and why that had a profound impact on you, and you do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, these are human beings, right? And I had a case and again, when you're talking about impairment nowadays, it's also recreational drugs that have been legalized in addition to prescription drugs and alcohol, right? And this was actually recreational drugs. Terrible situation where a kid in a Tesla drives through a red light, kills 3 people and a dog. I know that's terrible around the holidays to be talking about, but these are the real human ramifications. Unfortunately, this Tesla carries the state minimum of insurance, which is $25,000. And so we have to try to piece together this case and make sure that everybody's rights are protected. So again, I've seen the worst of it. And so what we want is nobody to be out there on the roads driving impaired during this holiday season. And again, our firm is putting our money where our mouth is. You can go to together.torgensonlaw.com and the first 100 people who go there, you just get a free rideshare voucher. That's it. Put in your email, and we'll send you a free rideshare voucher because we truly want nobody to get hurt during the holidays.
Is it your experience that the problem is getting better or worse?
You know, that's a great question because I always would assume it would get better, but given my experience day to day in my office, the impaired drivers cases are massive. And in addition to that, the governor who you just had on, the safety council for her, I looked this up yesterday just to see, as of December 11th, there were just under 25,000 DUI arrests in the state of Arizona. That was wild to me. I was like, wow, with all the options that we have now, why are people still doing this? Again, you're not evil for doing this. These are mistakes people make, but these are
sometimes there could be a bad pattern, bad habits.
Yeah. 100%. You know what your limit should be, right? You're out at a bar, you've had a drink or maybe two. Time to go, and why not get that Waymo?
100%. And that's where, hey, it's not the walk of shame to go to the bar and get your car in the morning. People always think that. That's a walk of responsibility. We need to stop thinking that because if people get embarrassed to do those types of things, I think that, it's very important to make sure that people are responsible, and that's a very good point.
John, thanks for your time today.
You.
All right. Thank you, guys.
John Torgerson. We'll be right back.
Perfect.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Now, that's a beautiful scene somewhere. I'm thinking it's probably like around California. There are too many mountains for it to be like a Florida, Des. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Really? Okay, well, I know right where that is then.
Nice.
Big D just jumped in and said Bellingham, Washington. I guess the atmospheric river is over up there because there's even a little bit of blue sky in Bellingham.
I mean, the sun is shining through those clouds, even though they have some.
And so if you ever go up that way, you guys, here's my hot tip. Take the ferry and go out to the San Juan Islands. You can see one of those islands right out there off to the left. And in fact, if you get on the ferry in Anacortes, Washington, you go past Orcas Island and San Juan and Lopez Island, and then it continues into Canada. And you can go over to Victoria, which, of course, is one of the most beautiful cities in the world out there on Vancouver Island. Okay, now compare all of that, which is beautiful, no doubt about it, to what we were showing you this morning. I just thought Tommy Fergus was on fire today when he was flying the drone over in Canto.
Yeah, I mean, these are great images. And Tom, so fun fact about Tom, he is obviously a photographer here who many folks can actually see on TV as well. He steps in to report for the morning show, which is awesome that he gets to branch out and do that. But he's been flying a personal drone for years. So he was thrilled when he got to be part of the drone team.
Look at that
here.
angle
And
right
he
there.
is just
Look
incredible.
at that. Yeah, I mean, Tom is showing you the golf course and the Midtown high-rises, and barely off, you can just see Paestawa Peak saying, come on, hike me.
The holes are still green there, but everything else, kind of, the contrast there is pretty stark.
And then flies over the palm trees.
Yep.
Come on, it's beautiful. Okay, so we don't have an ocean. We got everything else. And
palm trees.
Yeah, we do. We got a lot of palm trees. And Encanto really is sort of a gym right in the heart of the city. Okay, so one of the promises that was made yesterday to you, our audience on YouTube, was that I was just having some fun. I had wrapped up this weekend at the gym. And, there's been a lot of talk about these reverse aging diets and exercise plans and lifestyle changes that you can make.
Yeah.
And I was pretty well beat after my time at the gym, and I thought I need a little inspiration.
How can I speed up this process?
Yeah. So I said to chat, all right, I'm going to go on the reverse aging plan, the diet and everything else. And can you show me what I'm going to look like in 12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Here is, hold on. First of all, stand by, everybody. We have to ask AI. There we go. That's the way we have to introduce it every day. Ask AI.
And we sure did.
And anyway, I promise you guys I would, if you're ready, here's the rollout of me supposedly in 12 more years.
That's incredible.
Well, basically, it was telling me, okay, so you got to work out 6 days a week. It said take Sunday off.
Oh.
And do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as chest and arms. And then do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday as legs and core. And then every day do some cardio.
Okay.
Yeah. So you better, if you do that for 12 years,
off.
you better have some arms, right? I actually, at first, it didn't have me with any gray hair, and I'm like, I'm going to have some more gray hair by then. So I said, thin my hair up a little bit. I don't know.
There's hair dye out there.
Well, my grandma never.
Just go ahead and use that.
She never really had gray hair.
No?
She lived into her mid-80s, so I don't know. Maybe I get that genetic. So anyway, there's my inspiration. 12 years from now at 10 o'clock in the morning when I sign on to Fox 10
That is
Talks.
wild. That's amazing.
The man that you're going to see. Now,
so we have to compare those photos in 10 years.
Yes, right?
In 10 years to that one.
Now, also willing to play along is Big D. Mm-hmm. All right, here he is on the Dave cam. Dave, I just found out that Des does not have any of the AI apps on her phone, so we can't really visualize.
I am so not
That's okay.
millennial.
We're so excited for her to download them so she can play in the future.
Yeah, for sure. But I can tell you this. In 12 years' time, you're going to look, I bet you look pretty darn close to what
I'm going to look like this
today.
in 12 years' time.
What's that?
Black don't crack, so I'm not going to change.
There you go. Des, you're amazing.
I mean, it's what they say.
Yeah, right?
So,
okay.
My grandma looked phenomenal. She was so beautiful.
Oh,
she was a silver fox, too. Silver
nice.
Hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, she aged so beautifully.
I think I didn't, speaking of parents and grandparents, I never really appreciated the what a smart dresser my dad was. But I showed that picture yesterday of because I had gone to go see my aunt over this past weekend. She's pulling up all these pictures that I had never seen before. And here's my dad in like it was like a cashmere sweater. It was probably a knockoff or something. He's just so sharply dressed, but I'm an 8-year-old kid. You think I'm going to appreciate that?
No.
I'm not even going to notice, right? All right. Well, anyway.
Keep that photo.
Yeah, for sure. Now we have Dave on the Dave cam.
Let's see his photo.
Here's the before. Now, let me just find it here,
the before.
Dave. Okay, that's the before.
Current day,
Here
Dave.
comes the after. Ready? I feel like we need a drum roll. Here we go.
All right. Future day,
Oh, wait.
Dave.
Now, Dave,
Whoa.
hold on
wow,
a
you're
sec.
going to transform into Ron Boone.
Okay,
Gosh,
I will
things
meet
are
you
getting
at the
scary out
gym,
there.
buddy. Here we go. Wait. Is that
This is me.
in 10 years or 12 years?
That's according to ChatGPT.
Really?
Wow.
Why did it put you in a suit jacket?
Oh, I gave them my headshot.
Oh,
I'll tell you why that's going to happen, Des. I already know the answer to that. He's going to be running this whole corporation. You know how right now there are some big names that run the Fox Corporation?
Yeah, and Mike Lewis is running over right now from the other room. What?
You give Dave another 10 to 12 years, and you'll be calling him at his office in New York City.
Nice.
Right,
yeah,
Dave?
it doesn't look to not age. That'd be incredible.
Yeah. Anyway, we love you, buddy.
Love that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so we're having some fun with that. If you ever get an app going, Des, then you can do it.
All right. I got to I guess I'm behind the 8 ball when it comes to chat.
I have them all. I have them all on my phone. Right?
I
have
got no
the chat.
time.
I have the Gemini. What's the other one? Copilot. There's a bunch of them out there. Anyway, there's Grok. I don't have them all, but anyway.
Too many.
I'll tell you this much. Life 12 years from now, 10, 12 years from now, I look back on when we moved here 40 plus years ago. And sure, we have our problems, but we've grown from 1 million to over 5 million in the Phoenix metro area. And there's so many great things to do, one of which we're big fans of, and that's the Wildlife World Zoo. And earlier this morning, we were out there, and the monkeys were going wild.
It was an acrobatic show.
Oh, they just did it for us on the morning show. You guys have got to check this out.
Yeah, good morning, and a very exciting morning here because we are introducing you to the newest member of the Wildlife World Zoo family, and that is a baby spider monkey. The baby is up with mom. She's kind of hiding the baby a little bit right now, but we get little peeks of the babe every now and then. Obviously, she's very protective of her cute little one. We have Christy here with us. Christy, this is we love coming here. One of my favorite places at the zoo is the nursery because we get to see, but obviously this baby's with its mom. So this is the nursery.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really exciting time, and this little spider monkey's making its debut on your show this morning, and it's so exciting when we have a baby spider monkey. They are so fun, they're so active, and their little family unit's so cute to watch. There's so many dynamics. This is such an intelligent species.
Oh, for sure.
Their brains, relative to their body size, are massive, like apes. And you can tell when you watch them. They use tools, they work together. They're just an incredible species. And they get the name spider monkey because when they're moving through those trees, they look like spiders because their long tail is so long too. You know, when you're just getting a glimpse and they're moving quickly, it's hard to tell what's their tail, what's their legs, what's their arms, and they're so graceful. They can actually move up to 35 miles per hour in the treetops.
Okay. And when was this baby born?
So just a little over a month ago.
Okay.
And we waited a month because at a month, it's really hard to see the baby. And now the mom, you can see the baby a lot more. It's getting larger, moving around more. The baby was on full display a couple minutes ago.
I know, of course.
I know.
And then we go live and she's like, nope, do not see my baby anymore.
And when the baby's moving around and like looking out, it has a really adorable bright pink face. So it's easy to spot. And with these guys constantly moving, when guests come out, they'll most definitely get to see the baby. You just sometimes got to give it a few minutes.
And now how long will the baby be with mom like that or attached to mom?
Yeah, so for about the first month of life, the baby's hanging out on mom's stomach, nursing quite a bit, getting strong. And then after that, the baby starts moving around mom a little bit more. Sometimes you'll see the baby on mom's back like a little jockey riding around on mom. But the baby could be dependent on mom up to 2 years.
Wow.
So we have some juveniles out here and you can see, I mean, they stick close to mom, they're hanging out, but they're also exploring and creating dynamics with the rest of the family.
Oh, there's baby. See, yeah, he kind of moved onto the back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And we obviously don't know if it's a boy or girl yet, right? Or
We
is that
don't.
too early to tell?
Yeah, we don't know yet. But as the baby starts moving around off mom more, it's easier to tell. Sometimes you get lucky and you can tell pretty early on. But the spider monkey moms are such great moms. We just let them do their thing. Oh,
yeah, there's the baby.
Yes.
So cute.
So sweet.
And yeah, they just kind of hang out there. It's so cute. What a wonderful thing to see. And I was going to say that baby's getting a workout too because mom has been running around just as much as all these other monkeys out here.
Oh, yeah.
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah, the baby's so strong, even right after birth, having to be able to clutch onto mom like that. Aww. And if people are looking for something fun to do over this Christmas break, we're open Christmas Eve, we're open Christmas Day, we're also open New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So it's a great time when a lot of other places are closed and you have family in town, the kids are out of school. Come out and see us, and when you do, be sure to stop by to see our newest little spider monkey.
Awesome. Will do, Christy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll send it back to you guys.
How about that, Des?
They were so cute.
Oh, this is the same situation. Hold on.
So I'll bring you guys.
This is the same situation we had yesterday at the same time. It defaults to the Dave cam. I'm not complaining, but I'm trying to get up the 2-shot. Okay, ready? Here we go. Because we're prepping for the next hour's show. It's just sort of the way it goes. All right, maybe we just hang on Big D.
And speaking of the next show, you've got Ty Brennan on tap and more Danielle as well.
Danielle, are you digging doing FTT?
Digging it.
Okay.
Woo.
Nice. Oh, and you have your green coat.
You should come on with the green coat.
Come here.
No, come on.
Three shot as we say goodbye. We only got 10 seconds left here. So here we go. Look at that, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Maybe you'll get Oliver in the next 20 seconds. We'll see.
This could be This could be a wild hour.
Wait, give me that. I just kind of want to hide.
What happened to Des?
I know. I forgot the whole screen. All right, Ty and Danielle next.
Time to get serious.
Time to get serious. You keep your green coat.
I know. See, here. Oh, there we go.
There she goes. Disappearing.
I am a talking head.
We should learn by now that you can't wear green in the studio.
Well, I'm just a little part-timer here, so I don't really know the rules just yet. But I'm learning the ropes.
All right. So obviously, this is Christmas Eve. It is going to be busy at our airports.
Correct. And on the roadways.
Oh, yeah. And you're traveling, and we were just talking about you're going somewhere quite rainy.
Yeah, I know.
So
Crystal was just telling us.
Forecast for you.
And making me a little nervous, which I'm not a great flyer to begin with.
What about flying makes you nervous? Let's get into it.
So I'm what they like to call a control freak.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed.
The fact that I have no control over anything of who's on the plane,
who you're sitting next to,
who I'm sitting next to.
Well, you're sitting next to your daughter, Miller.
Well, yeah, that's great.
She'll keep you entertained.
Yeah, to say the least. And everybody else entertained too. So anybody on my flight tomorrow, I apologize ahead of time. No, she's a great traveler, but I just don't. Like, once you sit down, it's like, all right.
You're
I'm
locked in that
stuck.
tube. Yep.
I'm locked here for
however many hours.
Yeah, and I'm just afraid to die. So that's being honest.
Okay, well, I think you'll be okay. But the weather could be an issue, and obviously it's going to be very busy at some of our nation's airports as folks try and head to Grandma's house. So let's get out to Chelsea Torres. She is live this morning at Washington's Reagan National Airport. She's been hanging out there all morning long, and we can see the hustle and bustle behind you. Good morning, Chelsea. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
We are doing great.
Hopefully not afraid of dying too much.
Right?
I've been afraid since I was a kid, so it is what it is.
Oh. How's it looking out there, though, Chelsea?
You know, it was actually pretty smooth for most of the morning. Just in the past hour, I'd say it really started picking up. I've heard a lot of kids crying. I've seen parents trying to chase the kiddos around, people rushing to check in their bags. But overall, a lot of people that I've talked to say that traveling has been pretty smooth, quite honestly. So that's good. And, you know, at Sky Harbor right now, just so you know, there's only about just over 60 delays, I think 1 cancellation. So, I mean, that's really good, especially if you're going in and out of the Phoenix airport.
That is so true. You've been talking to some of these individuals out there, kind of talking about what it's been like getting into the airport. Obviously, the security lines can always be an issue with some folks out there. What have you been what kind of info have you been gathering from some of these folks traveling today?
Sure, it's been interesting, actually. A lot of people really are either traveling for the holiday itself and going to see friends. One mom, she was telling me how she knows money has been tight, but she really feels like people just want to get away. And then another family, they already did their vacation, and now they're just trying to get back home so that way they can actually spend time with family for the holidays.
All right, we're going to play that SOT that you talked to some of those individuals, Chelsea. We'll be with you back in 2 seconds, okay?
That the economy has been challenging for many, so it's been difficult to make plans and to do things, but somehow, you know, we try to make a way. We're going to go see some friends, have some fun in the sun, and we're going to take a trip to Disney.
Traveled over here, rented a car, and drove around West Virginia, and now we're back. And then Christmas we like to spend at home because we have all the grandparents, aunts, and uncles, so they want all the kids at home.
There you go.
Yeah, I was going to ask if people
and I think what's so...
Oh. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is there, where are people traveling to? Have they told you where they're going or where?
So that's what so a lot of people really are. The first family, they're actually going to Orlando, right? They want to go to Disney, and which is so interesting because AAA is showing that that's the #1 destination, domestic destination for people that are flying this holiday season, which I find very fascinating. But what I keep hearing is that people just want to be away from the cold. So I believe it's Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami that are kind of those top 3 cities. LA is also up there along with Honolulu. But then on the other side, that other family, they came up here to be in the cold because they live in Miami. So I think that's what's interesting. You're seeing kind of a mix. Either people have been in the heat for too long or in the cold for too long, and they just want something different. They want to get away. They want to debrief in a different climate, which I think is really fascinating. So a lot of the people that I've been talking to, that's exactly what they're doing, or they're staying home. And I have to tell you guys, I did a little poll on my social media just to see what people are doing, and nearly 60% of people are traveling this holiday season. The rest, they say they're just staying home. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we did a story yesterday, Chelsea, because I don't know if you know this, but here in Arizona, we have been experiencing temperatures well above those seasonal averages. We should be in the mid-60s. Yesterday, we broke a record when we hit 81, I think, yesterday, officially at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. So we have so many folks that were coming here, hanging out poolside, drinking a little pina
Millery
colada.
was out in a tank top and shorts playing in the front yard yesterday.
Yeah.
And I looked out the window and I'm like, it is December and my child is in a tank top and shorts.
So Chelsea, bottom line, if you want to come warm up, you're always welcome to hang out with us here at Fox 10 in Phoenix.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know,
Anytime.
I was just there last week, you guys,
or
earlier this week. I don't know what day it is. I know. I was there for less than 24 hours. It was a total travesty. I wanted to stay for the full weekend. I wanted to go hang out and do some hikes and just be in warm weather. I grew up in San Antonio, Texas, where it's warm.
Yes.
I used to live in Yuma, so I love the heat. And, you know, breaking news happens, and I had to leave. So I'm coming back, though, and I'll make sure I come by and hang out with you guys.
Please do. Well,
awesome.
Enjoy
It's
your
gonna
holiday,
happen.
Chelsea. It was so nice to talk to you, and you're going to be very busy. I
you.
can only imagine today, and hopefully you have a couple days off for some R&R this holiday. We appreciate your live shot this morning, though.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, so yesterday we talked. You got to keep those on because we got to do a Zoom next.
Well, that's after the break.
No, we're gonna do it right now. Breaking news.
Are you guys switching it up on me? Okay.
We just think you look so good in those headphones. Like you're trying to launch like a space shuttle into orbit with those things on.
Sometimes I wish I can go on a space shuttle and launch away.
So yesterday we had Joaquin from the Phoenix Zoo.
Yes, it was so fun. And they were naming the baby giraffe.
Okay, so they did a big, I guess, poll.
Yep.
Trying to get the public involved to name the new baby giraffe.
Our vote was for Ray.
We liked Ray.
The mom's name is Sunshine.
So we thought Sunshine, Ray.
Sunshine.
Cute, right? All right, so
Totally
let's get
cute.
out to Joaquin. And guess where he is this morning? He is joining us live via Zoom from the giraffe enclosure. Good morning, Joaquin.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I can't see you guys. I see
That's
the back
okay.
of my phone. But you know what? I can imagine you guys.
That's right. You were just here yesterday, so we look the same.
I get awesome. Envisioning right now. Perfect.
Joaquin, can you first of all kind of start at the very beginning in case folks were not watching yesterday? You guys have a brand new baby giraffe, and this was kind of something fun you guys were doing. Oh, do we get to see it? Hold on, let me zoom in. Oh, look at her.
So cute.
Yep, there she is. We do have a brand new giraffe. She was born November 16th. And she is right there with her mother, Sunshine. You know, she's a little nervous right now, right under her mom, but that's perfectly normal. She didn't realize she was going to be on the news today, so we didn't get a chance to comb her ossicones. So my bad.
Now,
She looks great anyways.
we
She's
mentioned
super
it,
cute.
but she's not quite ready for her public debut just yet, right?
She's still working on her sea legs. So those little legs are really strong. We want to make sure that she's comfortable enough to run around the savannah before she starts winning everyone's hearts out there in the public. But right now we're in the barn, kind of like a quasi giraffe nursery with her and her mom right now.
I love this. Can you go over the names? Because I think this is so much fun that you guys have opened this up to the public, because I feel like it gives, you know, folks that are fans of the zoo a little bit of ownership into what they get to see, what that you guys have to display. So you guys had how many names?
We had about 5 names. So we started out with Ray, Binti, Tesney, Sierra, and of course, Cassie. Am I missing one? I think that's all of them. Yeah, those are the ones that we gave all the folks the options to.
Okay.
And we want folks to be involved in the voting process, right? Because, like, we want our community to just be connected to the Phoenix Zoo. And by having this opportunity to help us name a giraffe, folks just love that. But are you guys ready to find out which one of those names?
We have been waiting all morning. Should we do a countdown, Joaquin, or how do you want to do this? I want to make it dramatic as possible.
Right here.
Oh, it's like the Oscars.
Just like the Oscars.
What was the year they screwed up and they read the wrong name, though?
Ooh.
Is it Adele Manzine? Is that what we're doing?
That's good, Joaquin.
Hopefully we don't have any mishaps here.
All right, we're ready. Open that
Alrighty,
envelope.
So we had over 11,000 votes.
Wow.
Over 3,000 of those went to Cassie. There you go. Which again, remember, is Swahili for Zoomies, which she is not demonstrating right now, which is probably for the best. We want her to stay pretty calm, but she does love to run around in the different stalls down here, and I'm sure she's going to be booking it down in the savannah here in a few weeks or to probably roughly a month, but don't quote me on that. We want to make sure she's good, but hopefully soon when we see her out there.
I
So
love
cute.
that.
Yeah, we
All
thought it
right.
was going to be Ray.
We were sure it was going to be Ray. And
I tried putting Ray out there into the world, and I tried making multiple accounts on my computer to vote multiple times, but clearly it was not enough. The public really wanted Cassie to win, and we will respect the public's opinion by naming her Cassie. I will not call her Ray on the side, I promise.
Maybe she can have a
let's
middle
see what
name. Cassie
Yeah,
Ray.
let's see what she thinks. Cassie. We're gonna work on that, okay?
The mom looked.
I know the mom looked.
Sunshine was like, "What? Don't
like,
talk to
"Hey."
my baby like that."
Sunny's like, I have to call her that now.
Aw. And so when will she be out on the savannah? Like a time frame?
We don't know exactly just yet.
Okay.
It kind of just is up to her. But I mean, roughly, we can say like maybe a little over a month. What do you think is the safe thing? Yeah, probably like a little over a month. But we'll post all that on social media when we're ready.
All right, we've got about a minute or two left. And I thought since we have you here, can you give us just a little rundown of Zoo Lights? Because I know you guys we're kind of coming up to the tail end of Zoo Lights, and it is such a magnificent display that you guys put on each and every year.
Yeah, I mean, we still have well over 4 million lights out there, and we are up until January 16th, including Christmas night. So if you have family Christmas night, you can still bring them over to Zoo Lights. However, key factors here is Santa Claus is going to be out up until the 24th or 25th. Yeah, the 24th, you can find Santa Claus out there. But then, of course, he has to go to work because he's got a busy night ahead of him. So if you want your photos with Santa, make sure you do so before then. But Zoo Lights itself will be operational up until January 16th. And then if you feel like doing some running, our Move and Groove is right after that on the 17th.
Oh, there's a lot going on. Yeah. And real quick, do you guys still do the drive-through of the Zoo Lights?
We also have Cruise Zoo Lights coming up. It is the 8th, I believe, 18th of January.
Okay.
So if you had a family that you wanted to just stuff in the car and check out the Zoo Lights via your car, it is going to be super awesome too. That is coming up. A lot of different ways to enjoy Zoo Lights, and you can find all that information on our Zoo events page.
Awesome. We had a comment. Lil Philosophy wants to know if our girl can be the face of
our mascot.
Maybe she can.
Little Cassie can be the mascot for Fox 10
We
Talks
can
at
have
11.
that yesterday, if you were watching. We had the
giant stuffed animal.
Giant stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a lot bigger than that stuffed animal that I brought over. That stuffed animal is roughly the size they are when they're like newborn, but she's already probably gained a few inches there.
Yeah.
I believe they grow about like 4 feet within the year.
Yeah.
She is pretty cute.
Look at her. She's over 6 foot already. She's never going to have to lie in the dating apps.
Well, Joaquin, it was great to see you.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thank you for helping us reveal little Cassie to the world.
Anytime. We're going to take a quick break. Much more Fox 10 Talks at 11 next. All right, welcome back. We are going to keep things rolling. Oops, there we go.
Are you okay?
Going to keep things rolling
There we go.
here on Fox 10 Talks at 11. Okay, we are getting close to the end of the year.
Yes.
Are you a resolution maker?
No.
Oh, really?
You gotta wait. What's the saying that I live by?
Go. Yeah, what is it?
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I think that's how it goes.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the biggest thing is like the fitness thing. Obviously, me personally, I hate it because January, I can't even get a treadmill at my gym.
Oh, yeah.
And then about, 2 weeks later,
It's
they're
wide
cleared
open
out.
again.
So,
yeah.
But hopefully people stick to their goals.
Yeah, and that's where we're bringing in Laura. You know her. You love her.
Yes.
She's usually here on Mondays for Muscle Monday, but
That's
we're doing Terrific Tuesday.
Awesome.
Toned? Ooh, that's
Tuesday.
good.
Tone Tuesday.
Toned
Motivating Tuesday. I don't know.
There you go.
Tone Tuesday.
But we want to bring you in early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dave's coming up with all sorts of stuff. He said we can have you on Wednesdays for weightlifting Wednesdays.
Okay.
Just every
What's
day of the week.
Thursdays?
Throwdown.
Thighs of gold Thursday. I don't know.
Thighs of gold. But I think this is the perfect time to kind of start mulling over some of those goals you want to make in the new year before we hit those resolutions. So I want to bring you in early to kind of talk about what do you think, or I guess what you've heard, what are some of the big goals that folks have each and every year? Because you've been in the fitness industry for a while now.
20 plus years.
20 plus years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are some of those big goals that people always come to you, be like, this is what I want to do?
You know, the biggest thing is obviously weight loss, because during the holidays, doesn't matter if it's 5 pounds or 50 pounds or 100 pounds, but we're all aging. And during the holidays, it's really hard to eat well.
Yes.
It's, the alcohol consumption is a little bit higher. Sugar's obviously a little bit higher. We don't sleep as much. We have more stress, and you just don't feel good. So at the beginning of the year, it's like, hey, I want to feel better. This is my year to really improve my health and to look better and to lose weight. So that's obviously the big one that we see.
Okay.
And I know people, like you were saying, in December, you just go all in, and then all of a sudden I want to make a change. I want to do this. But people kind of go all in too quick, is what I hear.
Sometimes we get stuck in an all or nothing mentality, just because everything we have is like right at our fingertips. You want it, it's like right there. And fitness is the one thing that you get out of it 100% what you put into it. And it's not, you guys can all attest, it's not easy to lose weight. When you're sitting there and you're trying to drop body fat percentage, it is not easy. It takes time and dedication. And so we think that if we go harder, it'll happen faster. And, consistency beats intensity every single time. So my recommendation is be careful not to get stuck in an all or nothing. Give yourself 2 to 3 days a week. And then if you do more than that, great. But if you don't beat yourself up.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before, and you said set realistic goals. You can't be like, by February 1st, I'm going to have 6-pack abs and run 26.2 miles.
Right? Wouldn't that be easy? That would be great.
I would love that. Yeah.
All of a sudden, America no longer has an overweight issue.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be wonderful.
So how do you kind of, I guess, set realistic goals for yourself that are achievable? Because I feel like when you don't hit those goals, you can kind of, as you mentioned,
you get frustrated.
You get frustrated, you get down on yourself.
And then you quit.
And then you quit.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that no one likes to do is snap a picture of themselves.
Oh.
Because sometimes weight isn't always your friend, right? It's like, as you age, hormones play a role. If you drink some extra water, if you take out carbohydrates, if you add in carbohydrates, that's all going to fluctuate your weight. A little bit of sodium, a little potassium, there's a lot going inside your body. So if you'll snap a picture of where you start and then start to make small little simple things and changes, then at the end of 2 weeks, snap another picture, because the camera doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Whereas the scale will sometimes lie. But if your clothes are fitting better, even if your weight is up, it's impossible to build fat and to put on fat if your clothes are getting smaller and if you're shrinking.
And it's also, you see yourself every day.
Exactly.
So it's really good to see those photos and
so you can do a side by side and absolutely.
Because those little tiny minuscule, I guess, improvements, you can call them, really do kind of make a difference when you see them in those photos.
Yes. Don't wear baggy clothes. It hides everything.
We're getting a lot of questions, so we're going to kind of go through. I'm going to actually, hold on. I'm going to log in real quick. Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay, you read that.
Brandy the Bookworm, what are some good suggestions for eating healthy-ish during the holidays? Obviously, moderation. But such a good
Great
point,
question.
because you don't want to deprive yourself.
No, it's the holidays, right? There's a lot of emotion that's involved with it. There's a lot of traditions. So my rules is like prioritize protein. So get in your protein and your vegetables first, and then have other things with it, right? Because if you get in a good amount of protein and you get in good vegetables, you're not really hungry for a lot of other things. And then be a food snob. If you don't love it, you don't have to eat it. Out of all the holiday parties you go to, no one remembers what anybody else ate.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't absolutely love what's there, then stay away from it and stick to the things that you do enjoy.
Because that happens even here at work. Like we'll take a bite of something and I'm like, that's okay. And then I just keep eating it. But just talk. Don't eat it the rest of it.
Can we talk about alcohol? You mentioned it at the top, but I think that's another one. Folks are going to these holiday parties. They're popping bottles of champagne. You're drinking red wine. That's a lot of empty calories and a lot of sugar, right?
It is. That's what gets you, without a doubt.
The sugar's always the thing.
The sugar's always the thing. Yeah. Anything you eat while you drink automatically gets stored. So, like my rules of thumb for my clients is, hey, if you're gonna be drinking, let's try not to eat while you are drinking. So eat your meal before you go. Give yourself a couple hours of digestion, and then drink and alternate with the water if you can. So it's a kind of a win-win. You don't drink as much because you don't have anything to help you absorb it, right? Drink responsibly, people. Don't drive afterwards, of course. But you're also not storing anything. And then if you are eating while you are drinking, make sure whatever you eat is, you're better off storing broccoli than you are burgers, wings, and nachos and things like that.
Sure. How can I guess someone maybe just start out? Like if they are starting at a basic level, what is something, I guess, easy they could do as far as going to the gym? I mean, I guess the first step is signing up for the gym.
Yep.
Walking in the door.
Getting
Walking
through the
in the
door.
door.
That is the hardest thing, because once you're there, you're never mad when you leave, right?
Can I
You're
ask you, let's start at the very beginning. If you are gym shopping, what should you be looking for?
I'm super biased because
you own a gym and you've been
I was in a gym, but we were in the big box gyms for a long time. And I'll be honest, I have a hard time going into the gyms because everyone's headphones are on. They don't pay any attention. There's no courtesy. Front desk people don't even say hi to you. They don't know your name. Like they
you
don't
just
say
kind of
bye to
scan
you.
in and
It's
get
just, it's really just, not a very motivating place, sadly, which is so sad.
Okay.
So, for me, I prefer the group studios because it's more fun to suffer with others, right? It's like,
agree.
oh, you're dying. I'm dying. We're dying together. This is great.
And we're paying for
And we're
this.
gonna be friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to think what to do. It's time effective because you have to sign up for it. So there's only so many people that are allowed in there, so you can get in, get it done, and get out. So, but if that's not always in everybody's budget, and that's okay. So the biggest thing is finding a place that is convenient to you, because if it's not convenient, you're not going to go.
That's a good one. I joined a gym that was like 30 minutes away from my house one time.
Yeah,
you can't.
Never went.
You were a donator.
I was definitely a donator to keep the lights on.
Definitely.
Yep. So it's like you want a place that's convenient and a place that you feel good about going. I'm a cleanliness person, so it's like it's got to be clean for me as well.
Are there any questions you should be asking of the gym as a first-time gym membership getter? I don't know what the right word is.
Not really. It's just kind of a, if you're new and you're not sure what to do, make sure they have a good assortment of machines.
Okay.
Because even if you do machines and you're not set up on them perfectly, you're better off doing something than nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Even if it's not 100% perfect.
Okay.
So it's like anytime I'm taking a tour, and I look at the floor, I always check out the bathrooms. If the bathrooms are gross, the gym is hiding something, without a doubt. Because if there's one thing you keep clean in a gym, it is bathrooms.
Bathrooms,
right?
yeah.
If you don't even if that's not even your priority, the rest is just gonna be disastrous, right? You don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Good tips.
So it's like, I think those are important things to look for. But other than that, just find a place that's convenient that you feel good about going.
And what about weights and cardio? The variation of that. I think a lot of people think, to lose weight, I got to go hit cardio for hours and hours and hours, and then they skip on the weights. And then some women, speaking for women, I don't want to lift heavy weights because I don't want to get big or bulky, but I think you need both, right?
You do need
really
both.
start to cut your body down.
Absolutely. You definitely need both. Now, at the end of the day, if you don't like lifting weights and you're never going to go lift weights, then go do cardio. Because again, something's better than nothing. And I'm always going to prefer you get up and move. So whatever motivates you to move is what's going to be best for you. If that's a class, if that's yoga, Pilates. Now, strength training is one of the best things, especially as we age, because it definitely improves your muscle and that improves your wellness. That's how we age gracefully and how we thrive. Right, we maintain our independence. It's your insurance policy, and I think sometimes when you get in the nitty gritty of it, to improve your muscle, you have to lift more than 12, 15 pounds.
Okay.
You're not going to get big and bulky. So I get a lot of times people just are stuck and their body never changes. They're like, well, I lift weights. And I'm like, no, you lift 10 pounds. I'm like, 10 pounds doesn't change your body. You have to go 30 pounds, 20 pounds, and you have to build up to that. So I always recommend finding a place that's going to help teach you how to do that and has the capability to actually do that.
And I was going to ask you this too. Excuse me. Do you have like a notebook that maybe you would start out with, being like, because I love to look at where I came from. Because when I first started at Burn It, Build It, I'm going to admit it, I could not do a push-up. I was like
it was
a
special.
weekly.
It was elevated. But now you can do them for ever.
Like seeing those like changes that you make in your body
wins,
and being able to go up in weight, I think is such a endorphin booster. So do you kind of keep track? Would you recommend people being like, okay, I started with 10 pounds, do that for 3 to 4 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks or whatever, and then go up?
Yeah, whether you keep track of the weight you use or the amount of repetitions you do. I mean, or maybe you just do more sets. Maybe you go from doing 2 sets to like 3 sets to 4 sets. Even if your reps stay the same and the weight stays the same, you still increase what you did on your body. So there's so many ways to bake chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not just one magical way, and there's a lot of ways to make it delicious. The biggest thing is you just got to cook it.
Yeah.
So you just got to throw it in and see what happens.
Gotcha. We're getting a lot of questions from folks. I'm going to go through some of them for you if you don't have, do you have a quick second? Let's see. Brandy the Bookworm says, I'm down 252 pounds from 398.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Wow, that is impressive. I saw earlier she was talking about if you're sore.
Little philosophy asked.
Oh,
He said if you feel sore after workout all over your body, how could you recover faster? And I'm assuming too, when people first get started, you're going to be sore.
The first 2 weeks of any new workout program is terrible because you're like the baby giraffe that legs don't work, right? That's just how it is. But that's your body adapting, and that's when your body is changing and it's learning to redistribute how you burn food. Essentially, you're storing nutrients in your muscles, which is great because if you're storing in your muscles, you're not storing in fat cells. So
do you work through the soreness?
You can, yes. Now,
lighter weight.
If you are super sore to the touch, then you can give it a rest or work other parts of your body that aren't as sore. But if you're just doing a full body and your whole body is just a little sore, sometimes the best thing you can do is get up and move around a little bit
Move that blood.
and help filter out and like remove some of that lactic acid.
Okay, we got about a minute left. I guess. What would you say is the best way? I mean, your speech, your stump speech here, as far as getting into the gym and getting motivated. Motivate us, Laura.
Absolutely. No,
as we're over here like, where's the donut?
I know. She was like, I want some Oreos.
No, get in and get it done. And if you need help, come see us at Burn It Build It because we take care of everything for you. So we'll answer all your questions. I mean, that's the beauty is, we're not a franchise. We're a mom and pop place, and we're the ultimate fitness nerd. So if you have a question, we have the answer for it. If I don't have the answer for it, I'll make up something really good. But chances are...
She'll be cooking chicken.
Yeah, she's going to be cooking chicken.
Yeah, we're able to help you in so many different ways. And so we have 2 locations, one out in Avondale, one in Central Phoenix off of 7th Street. So the biggest thing is just getting through that door, and we'll take care of everything else.
All right. Well, Laura, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We love when you come in.
Thank you.
Answer
It's
so
fun to be
many
here.
questions, and we get so many questions.
And then I'm like, I got to go to the gym. I got to get out. I can't get those Oreos now. Thanks a lot.
You can't. No Oreos for you.
I want them so bad.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to more of Fox 10 Talks. Okay, so let's see. Let's go, you guys, to remote 44. And although this is really a great shot, I know every once in a while we have Dean's Choice now. We tried to start off at 11:30 with Dino Fazzino's Choice. You guys see anything in the bucket? Oh, it's the mystery chem. Let's see what he came up with. Oh, Dino. You know what? I have never. It's Catalina. It's just a short boat ride from like Dana Point, California, over to that island.
It's beautiful.
And I keep saying I'm going to go there someday. Look at all those people with their little sailboats anchored in the harbor.
Would you ever want a boat? Have you ever had a boat?
I did buy a boat once, and we almost never used it. You know the old saying: the happiest day in a person's life is the day they buy the boat. The second happiest is when they sell it. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that a little bit, but yeah, that was it. It was like a 1-year deal.
And
we got it out to the lake a couple, 3 times, but not near as much as I thought.
Well, it does. It seems like so much work.
Yes.
If you are working and managing a family and then trying to find time to get out.
Can you imagine? Yeah. But, all right. Well, anyway.
Pretty cool. Nice shot, Dean.
Yeah, it really was. We welcome you to the continuation. Here, let me scoot over like this. Fox 10 Talks. It's Ron and Des. And we had the governor on today, and I thought it was a really good interview.
Yeah, she was great. We got a lot in. I know there were so many questions in the chat. Everybody was, dying to ask her something. We got to a lot, though. I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
I think that maybe people are getting used to, she says she wants to come in every so often. And I mentioned it. I mean, we've already had David Schweikert on. We have reached out to Andy Biggs' people. We have reached out to Karen Taylor Robeson's people. It behooves them to come on and share the microphone.
Yeah. It's welcome to all of them.
Yep. But I think she is thinking about coming on a little more often to talk, especially as we get into the new year and the state of the state and everything else. So anyway, here's some of what she had to say. I guess, Des, you could say the big headline was, and you jump right into the whole issue with her immediately, was this whole forgiveness of what turned out to be a huge amount of money. I mean, on an individual basis, maybe it's one person with $2,000 worth of medical debt. For somebody else, maybe it's $10,000 or more.
Right, but the overall goal that she set last year to raise $2 billion in medical debt, I mean, that's a significant number, and she said they're on pace to do that.
Okay, so here's what she had to say as she was our guest just a little while ago.
Start with a big headline from our newscast today, and that's the news that you're erasing medical debt for more than 140,000 more Arizonans. Yes. And you set a big goal last year. Remind folks what that overall goal is, and does this keep us on pace to reaching that goal?
Yes, absolutely. So we announced this initiative last year. It's a partnership with a national nonprofit called Undo Medical Debt, and the goal is to cancel $2 billion of medical debt for up to 1 million Arizonans. We are close to the halfway mark of the number of Arizonans who have benefited from this program and have canceled over $600,000. Right? Yeah, $640,000. Yes. Okay. So over 500,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do people qualify for it? Let me look here. I think you guys provided us a graphic that this is the letter that they're going to be getting, but how will they know whether they qualify or not? What's the criteria?
So there's no application process. This nonprofit, Undo Medical Debt, works with the hospitals to identify accounts that are eligible, and it's folks who are 400% or below the federal poverty level and whose medical debt totals 5% or more of their annual income. And if people are eligible and their debt has been canceled, they will get a letter in the mail, just the graphic that's up on the screen with that Undo Medical Debt in the corner. It kind of looks like a bill, but don't ignore it because there's really good news inside.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, you get these, publishers' clearinghouse letters. you could be a winner. Or I don't even know if Publishers Clearinghouse is even around anymore. But we all get these letters and we're like, I don't know about that one. But this is so legit. And people might not even know the program's underway. So I'm glad she came on to clarify.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money. Like you saw there, 640 million plus so far.
Yeah. Okay, so the other story that we still are talking about from yesterday is this weird story coming in from Santan Valley. Hold on here. I want to make sure I've got the right one. Yeah, no, that is correct. Okay, hold on. There we go. From Santan Valley, where a neighbor really raised the alarms after a guy in the Johnson Ranch area was sitting out in his front yard totally naked. Yeah, of course we're going to blur out that. Totally naked from the waist down. So he was given a warning by the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Deputies are given the discretion as to whether or not an arrest is made and somebody might be taken off to jail. And so I just thought, Des, we would share a little bit.
I know. We were just so confused as to how this happened. And initially we were like, does he even realize he's in the front yard? And then we come to find out, yes, he did, because he was asked to go in his backyard and he said there wasn't enough sun.
Yeah.
So clearly he understands where he was. And now we're hearing from a neighbor in that neighborhood. We've got quite the text from them. Do you want to read some of that?
Yeah. In fact, she just gave us permission to share some of this. We did have her set to come in this morning, but she texted to us and said, at this time, my priority must be protecting my 10-year-old daughter, both from online exposure and from individuals who may react negatively as a result of this story. Situation has already drawn attention that concerns me as a parent, and I need to be mindful of her safety and well-being. She then goes on and says, I want to be very clear. This story is not about me. It's about the serious lack of response and accountability surrounding an issue that directly affects the safety of children in our neighborhood. And she wraps up, it actually goes on for quite a bit more, but she said the concern lies with the actions or lack thereof by both the HOA and the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. So she's concerned about it and still wanted to share her thoughts. But when a story blows up like this and it goes around the country, you may find yourself inundated with messages if people can figure out who you are, etc., both online. And so I guess I understand her hesitancy. We'll stay in communication with her, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And we did get that update from PCSO yesterday morning in regards to, because we wanted to learn more. What is going on here? And their reply is kind of was shocking.
Terse,
they said the man's safety and property may be at risk, and they are not commenting any further. So
we don't even know for sure what that means, but yeah. Okay. So that's the very latest on that one. And hopefully the guy doesn't do it anymore. I actually have read a lot of articles, Des, and I mentioned this the other day about that it is healthy. I'm not a dermatologist. They might disagree. To try to get a few minutes in the sun every day. They say go out for a walk. Go out for a 10 or 15 minute walk, but do it clothed, or even if you just want to go sit out in the sun, keep some clothes on or go sit in your backyard and frankly, help out your neighbors and put some clothes on there too, even if it's a pair of shorts.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's all odd.
Yes, it is.
And gross too. And I get it. Right. You don't want your children seeing that, and you're in a neighborhood with little ones around. It's inappropriate.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a new this report that we had today does that 1 out of every 8 Americans is on a GLP, and only primarily because through word of mouth. There's some advertising going on, but people are trying it. They're losing weight. Friends are seeing. They're like, hey, how did you drop 15, 20 pounds? Well, I'm doing it like this with these shots. The big story today is...
And now it's going to get even easier.
It's going to be
have to stick yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is, my understanding is, it just suppresses your appetite so much that you're not craving food very much.
With so many people on it, though, I wonder, what are we going to learn in how many years from now? The effects of this GLP-1? Because obviously, first of all, it started to help folks with diabetes.
Yes.
Which made a whole lot of sense. And now folks are using it kind of just to lose weight. But to be on this suppressing your appetite for a long period of time, I don't know. I'm just a little leery about it.
Well, you got to make sure you're getting the proper nutrients and enough nutrients every day.
You would hope people are keeping that in mind.
Yeah, sure. It is, by the way, going to be cheaper, they think, than the weekly injections of the drug. And let's face it, there are plenty of people that don't want to inject themselves, anyway, whether it's anything, any kind of an injection. So I think it's really interesting, and it will. My prediction is it'll make it even more popular. Instead of 1 in 8, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1 in 7.
Yeah, we'll
or
probably
1 in
see those
6.
numbers go up with the pill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But obesity is a problem, and there are plenty of health-related issues. Now, that might just tie into, I don't think when I put this together, I thought about the tie-in, but here we go. Today is the day, December 23rd. I'm going to go to Chipotle, and I'm going to try it. I don't know if it'll be today, but in like the next week or two. Because you're looking at they have some bigger dishes that are back to more like regular pricing, but the protein cup, now it's a cup, right? It's not a bowl, but there's 32 ounces of protein in it, and they're pricing it in the $4 range. If people aren't eating as much because they're on GOP or they're just trying to, lower their weight, we are heading into a new year. It's always one of the most popular resolutions. And you can get yourself filled up for $4 instead of 13.
I mean, I think it's a cool option because you know what? I think of sometimes I'm on the go as a mom, right?
Yes.
And it pains me to drive through like a fast food drive-through.
I like how you
this
say
is like,
sometimes you're on the go, Des.
Yeah. Well,
with your
I
lifestyle.
lied all the time.
Come on, it's 20. Well, it's not 24 hours. It's as close as possible with
pretty
a little
much.
bit of sleep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I like it. It's a good option because Chipotle is still pretty fast, right? But at least it's healthier. If you want to grab something quick that is healthy, that's not, the cost of what, like a $13, $15 bowl, you could do that.
When did everything go to $13?
I don't know.
You go into a restaurant now and everything's $13 for lunch.
Well, I don't know if I want to say this, but my Chipotle hack is getting a bowl with extra chicken that you have to pay for. It's probably the $4 they're charging for that bowl.
Yeah, right.
But then all 3 of my kids split it. It's like plenty of food for them. So if that's
Nothing
the
wrong with
case,
that.
it works so well in that.
I think it's brilliant, Des. Okay, so where is this, you guys? It's Mystery Cam time. We do one at the 10 a.m. hour, one in the 11 a.m. hour, too. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back here at 12:45. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do 2 hours. You can watch every day on YouTube, which is a great place to hang out because you get to chat right with us. And we have lots of great comments today. You can also watch on Channel 45. That's Fox 10 Extra. That's what we call that TV station. And plenty more. So,
are there any guesses? Just a few.
Yeah, let's see. Little Philosophy likes Oklahoma.
Oh.
I could see that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Brandy the Bookworm thinking maybe New Mexico?
Okay.
Okay. B. Miguel, Texas. Oh, we've got a Texan in the house.
Yeah, we do.
Special guest coming
Our
up.
special guest in about 4 minutes. So anyway, I guess those are some of our Buddha sheep, by the way, is like, I'm thinking Michigan. So let's see. I think I like both Texas or Oklahoma. I guess I'm going to go Texas. How about you, Des?
You know what? I'll go Oklahoma.
There you go. Here comes your answer on the mystery cam.
Oh, it's over. There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. It is, we're not right. High Point, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Let's go back to that. Okay. Well, there you go.
All right. What is way off in the distance?
Is it a water
Is it a
tower?
water tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
I've never been to High Point, so
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get that one right.
I have driven around parts of North Carolina. You know, there's a little town that claims to be the home of Mayberry, the Andy Griffith Show. And I think it's called Mount Airy. And they actually, if you drive into the town, they have a mock-up like you're on the TV set of the show that you just walked into the sheriff's office where Andy and Barney used to hang out.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Good for them. All right. So some other stories that we wanted to get to you this morning. And gosh, we send our very best wishes out to two pretty prominent names, one of which is Barry Manilow. An announcement from him, Des, of lung cancer. He has now undergone surgery, and he is looking at recovering after 6 weeks of bronchitis.
Wow, that is a long bout.
Yeah, and then a 5-week relapse. And so he went back in to the doc, and they're like, holy cow, you have lung cancer. They said that they had a successful surgery to remove it, but now chemo's coming next.
Well, I think, no, they said he does not have to go.
Oh, he won't.
Chemo.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right. He
yeah.
doesn't have to.
They
yeah.
either caught it in time or,
Okay.
So that is the good news, that he won't have to undergo the chemotherapy. Recovery should be quick, but he's still having to cancel his upcoming shows. He had a few slated for Christmas, some Christmas
Sure.
concerts,
Yeah.
and then he's rescheduling some shows in the new year as well. So we're definitely sending him good vibes, and
Yeah.
hopefully he's able to make a speedy recovery.
I saw a post yesterday from James Taylor, who I've gone to see in concert a couple of times. Huge fan. And he was, I think he was walking out to a mailbox or something in the snow yesterday in New England, where he kind of lives. And he was announcing he's got a whole year of touring this next year. And I think he's pushing 80. I think he's 78, 79, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good for these guys that keep it going.
Hey, absolutely.
Totally appreciate it. Now, the next one, though, boy, oh boy, this is really bad news. This is a prominent name in the world of politics who recently retired from politics to get into academia and was serving as a university president. Ben Sass announced this morning on social media that he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He says, it's a tough note to write, but since a bunch of you have started to suspect something, I'll cut to the chase. He goes on to say he was diagnosed with metastasized stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and I am going to die. Gosh.
Oh,
It's the worst.
reading more of his statement too, I don't know whether, I don't know how it makes me feel, and I can't imagine how he feels going through this, but he said advanced pancreatic is nasty stuff. It's a death sentence, but I already had a death sentence before last week too. We all do. I just have less time than I'd prefer.
Yeah.
That is a really difficult pill to swallow.
He goes on to say, at Christmas time, as a Christian, the weeks running up to this time of year orient our hearts toward what's the hope of what's to come, not an abstract hope in fanciful human goodness. He says, not hope in a vague hallmark, sappy spirituality or a bootstrap hope in our own strength. It's not the kind of thing that holds up when you tell your daughters you're not going to walk them down the aisle, nor tell your mom and your dad that they're going to be burying their son. Wow. So that is tough. And, he had decided it was going to be a kind of a new life for him, getting out of politics. I think he was really happy about it. He'd gone to Florida to serve as the university president at the University of Florida.
And with a decision like that, too, to leave politics to someone who is so dedicated to their community and to making the world what they believe is a better place.
Yeah.
He probably stepped away with thinking, this would allow me to have more time with my family.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Enjoy some different aspects of life, and to get this news, it's definitely heartbreaking. Puts things into perspective, right? Like
That's for
health,
sure.
like it doesn't matter how much money any of us have or our careers or anything. At the end of the day,
Gotta have your health.
Health, you cannot really, you can't buy that to a certain extent.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure.
It's just sad.
Hey, we have a guest that we've been excited about ever since we booked him on the calendar not too long ago. We're all big football fans around here. And so we have a great opportunity to talk to Kelvin Beacham. So Kelvin, we want to talk about why you're so committed to reading and getting kids reading and all of that, but kind of walk people through, I believe you played at SMU in your college years, and then how did your NFL career go from there?
So first got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2012. That's what I was asking about, some of the synergies we already have.
Yeah.
With her husband, David.
Got drafted in 2012, played there for 4 years, Jacksonville 4 years, so played in that division in 2016. And then in 2019, went to New York and played for the Jets for 3 years. And then in 2020, signed here with Arizona and been out here for the last 5 years now. So.
Oh, how wild. Okay, same as us. we originated out here, or came out here in January of that year as well. So exciting. 14 years in the NFL. What's the secret? Good health.
Good health. Y'all was just talking about how important health is just a few moments ago. But good health, faith, praying a lot, trying to get on my knees as often as I can. Hopefully I can get back up. But a lot of prayer, to be honest with you.
That's really cool.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's talk about you're a dad of 3 kids.
Yeah, got one behind us.
Okay, so this is Kelvin the third, who's over there.
Yeah, so
we'll have to get him on camera so he can say he was on TV here in a minute.
He's so nervous. I'm like, y'all walked by and shook his hand. I'm like, do you not know how to introduce yourself? I'm like, I thought I've been a better teacher than that. So there's still some work we got to do.
Butterflies.
That's great. He's gonna, as you guys are driving away here in a little while, he's gonna be like, Dad, I think that might be my career. I think I'm gonna get into the TV world.
The thing is he's very critical and analytical already. We were driving over here and he saw the Cardinals playing at the airport as we were driving by, and he was like, where are y'all going next? I'm like, we're going to Cincinnati. Oh wow, that's going to be a tough bout for you all. I'm like, can you just stay back there while I'm driving? We'll talk about the game when we get closer to it, but very analytical, very observant. So, there's some qualities and characteristics that I see in him already, so we'll see if this is a route that he goes as he continues to grow older.
Well, at some point, Richard Sines, our top sportscaster, is going to retire. So, Kelvin, if you play your cards right, this is Kelvin the third I'm talking to now. In another, 25 years, he could be the main Fox 10 sportscaster.
And how old is he?
He's was 9. They just had birthdays 3 weeks ago. So so 9.
Okay, and then your other 2?
11, 9, and 6. So 2 girls, 1 boy. Boys in the middle.
Oh, the boys in the middle. Okay, exciting. Yeah. Well, and what I love too is you're fostering a love of reading, not only to your children, but to children all around the country, the world. Yeah. You have a book. Yeah. Introduce us to.
I'm trying to find it here. Believe me, I know we've got it in here somewhere.
It's not a photo of Dave. That would not be the cover.
Okay. Yeah. Dave has dreams of playing in the world of football.
Oh, it's Kelvin's Big Adventure map.
Oh, look at this. All right, tell us all about it.
Yes. So, really just wanted to get young people interested in being a part of just this journey. Sometimes kids don't realize that you can come from anywhere, whether it's Arizona, Texas. I think y'all was talking about North Carolina, not too long ago. So, you can come from anywhere and be able to accomplish anything. And with this book, this was just an opportunity for me to explore some of the places that I've been. Have been to Lusaka, Zambia, where I've done some work. Have been to Hong Kong, went to Art Basel there a couple of years ago. Had the opportunity to go and watch a game in Mumbai, India. So really just exploring this opportunity of taking the world by storm and just being able to put that in a kid's book to allow them to go on this journey with me.
Wow. And also because children are going to be reading this and they're going to know you played in the NFL and the NFL contributing to some of those experiences, right? So
very much
not
so.
only it's not just the game.
No, it's not just the game. I mean, and many people think about how you play football, which is great. But this platform that we have, we're able to do some magical things with it and have been blessed and fortunate to be able to just use this platform to really just take me all over the world, literally. And this book, kind of points to that.
There you go.
So why is it so important for kids to read, spend maybe a little bit less time in front of screens, whether it's a phone or an iPad or even a TV screen, but to read?
The thing is, one of my verticals philanthropically has always been around science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And when you think about literacy and how important that is to being able to contribute to the global economy, this is a way in which we're able to do it. When you think about the literacy rates and where we're at right now, we want to be able to compete at a global scale, but we need our young people to be ready and capable to be able to attack some of the challenges that we have for tomorrow. And it starts with some of the most basic, fundamental things that are necessary, which is reading. So being able to utilize this book and utilize this platform is something that, I think is necessary and needed in today's society.
Okay, and you're also teaming up with Ello?
With Ello.
What is Ello?
So Ello is an app where you can kids are able, you just talked about screens. If you want to be able to read on a screen, you can be able to do it on the screen. So they've been able to provide access to the digital world for kids to be able to take part in kind of reading and literacy programs, through their app. So this helped, just bring kids and meet them where they are in some respects.
Because they are on the screen.
They're already on the screen.
Have to meet them where they are.
We only have a minute left. Let's bring out the next possible NFL player in the family, or who knows?
Can you come out and say hi?
We're going to get him on TV.
He said
it's
no.
a great big no.
Where can we get your book?
You can get it online. Ello is a great place to go. Amazon is where it's at as well. So anywhere digitally, you can find it.
Where's the next place you're going to go?
I will be back in Hong Kong this year, going to Abu Dhabi and Dubai this year. And I got a spring break trip that the kids are not supposed to know about, so I'm not going to break that ice just yet.
Oh, cool. That's the way to do it, Dad. That's excellent. Thank you